जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। Yesterday we were seeing Narendra's appearance, or what was his personality rather. The observer would see a devotee, a lover of God. So in that sense of being a lover of God, I was telling, lover of God, God's love and devotion to God, loving God and devotion to God are different. Not essentially different, but has different shades of meaning, and rather it is substantial difference. When we see love of God, Bhagavat Prema, Sri Ramakrishna uses this term Prema to mean the last stage of various stages of love, in which the last final stage, ecstatic state of love, when I cease to exist myself, is called Prema. Devotion has a different understanding. In the process of evolution, I evolve from being devoted to myself. First, whatever I do in my life, I say I am doing it for myself. All beings and most of the humans are devoted to themselves. A little expansion of consciousness, they observe the neighboring things, wonder at the other people, get concerned about the others. Then he starts dedicating himself or devoting himself for others. Devotion, devoted. So in devotion, there is another term also is there, I used just now, dedicate. Dedicating is still lower stage of giving yourself. In dedicating, I retain everything of my life. I dedicate a little there, dedicate a little here, but I am not shaking myself from my life and my methods, my life, my principles. I live to myself, but I dedicate also. Some time, some money, something, I dedicate. This is dedication. In dedication, I don't change myself. But in case of devotion, I bring those principles or something ideal or something into my life. I am devoted. When I say I am devoted, I am dedicated to devoted. Devoted means it is a part of my life. And my life is a part of that. Devoted means there is a participation of that particular objective in my life, and my existential life has something to accommodate, and my life has got to move with it. So there we come to understand what is devotion. Devotion. From dedication to devotion, how much of change is there? It is a part of my life. In love, there is no part of life. It is life itself. In love, Loving means I don't have a life independent of love. In love, it is total giving myself. It's a total sacrifice. It is total offering. In case of devotion, and in case of love of God, general love of the world is different. It is just a passing show, like we meet, we love each other and part. Everywhere you can see, I love you, I love you. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. I am attracted towards you, you are attracted towards me, I want to spend some time with you. Without, this is all business, a kind of business, this is not love. Love is something else, where I slowly, love is a sacrifice, devotion is a commitment. I am committed to certain things. There is, in devotion, there is loyalty, duty, consciousness. It has a framework, it has rules and self-imposed rules and regulations. Suppose I do japa, this, that and all. They are devotional practices. Devotion. A person sitting, doing japa, worship, prayers, all these aspects of devotion we call. There, love is not predominant. It has a rules and regulations in which I am putting myself, I am accommodating in my way, I am making it a part of my life. Everything is there. I cannot live without it. Yes, all right. But it is a framework. In the core is the love of God. It has not grown up, but essence of devotion to God. When I say devotion here and love, it means only to God, not worldly love. So the love is the innermost core and essence of devotion, but there is an outer cover also. Here there is no outer cover. It is love, love only. In love, loving God is different from this being devoted to God. I am a devotee, I am a lover of God. Lot of difference. So there is external cover. If you rip the cover, remove the cover, then it is love. It has to fall off as the devotion enhances, increases. Devotion increases. Slowly, devotion is moving like a shadow with a thing. I am moving like a shadow with God as if He is devotion. I dissolve in God is love. I will see my identity is gone. I don't have my identity. I lose my identity. Here I maintain my identity. In devotion I maintain my identity. In love I dissolve. Without my knowledge, my identity gets dissolved. The main difference between devotion and this one, you can see here you move like a shadow. You cannot, wherever the object goes, the shadow goes. And exactly a replica, ideal is absorbed. He is with it, always with it, but moving like a shadow. Here it is dissolved, sugar dissolved in water. It has become one with the object. Love is when you become totally dissolved in the object of love, where you slowly, the love makes you dissolve yourself. You won't be there. Your existence, individual existence, is merged in the object of love of whatever you love, the object. That's why there cannot be true, pure, unconditional love in the world. Because your existence cannot be merged in any existence except the universal existence. Love, pure love, real love, love of commitment, love of unconditional love is possible only with God. There alone this individual set can enter into the universal set. It is otherwise not possible. So sugar, just like sugar dissolves, not to find its identity anymore, it has become water. Shadow remains independent, but it's not separate. It's always there with it, but it maintains its identity. And the identity it has of the same shape, of the same quality, of the same thing. Everything looks like the same man. You can put your own shadow and see now and then how you look like. So it will be replica of you, but it's a shadow. It has an independent, this one. So this is the main differences. And in cultivation of this love and cultivation of devotion, constant thinking of the ideal as an ideal life. I go on thinking, oh, Swamiji's is ideal life. I go on contemplating, I start absorbing. Unconsciously I am trying, it becomes a part of my nature to live like him. In devotion I cultivate that way. In case of love, it is entirely different. Constant contemplation of an object creates devotion to it. Constant contemplation of an object creates devotion to it. And in case of love, you must have total acceptance. First thing is 100% acceptance. Not even a little less. Accepted means accepted. The total trust. Absolute trust. I trust in God means trust in God. Not like that person who was hanging. Is there anybody above you? No, not that love, that trust. Trust means in one US some tests, they were trying to, long back in our days, college days, they were trying to judge the commitment and dedication of each, something like race, Indian race, Chinese, like this, various different Mongolian race. What are the characteristics? So from top, they were simply asked to jump. There is nothing below, about 120 floors or so, something like that. From there he has to simply jump. Arrangements were there made to catch them. But there 2 or 3 refused. They said, no, we cannot. If you see straight below 100, 120 floors to jump, Indian was the first to jump without any hesitation. After all, what happens, happens. So that nature, I have given, I trust. There must be something. Otherwise, unwanted things, somebody will not ask you to, being a superior to you, you will not give an order to jump from there. There must be something. Simply closed the eyes and kept your 2 legs forward. So there was a projection which catches them. That was unseen. Anyway, but the trust, my master will not let me down. That absolute trust. And total accept. Total accept means he is my sarvasva, my everything. Trust. I have nothing to worry, I have nothing to think. What is my next step? What is my life future? What happens to me in my old age? Nothing. He is there, He takes care. That kind of trust. And then, supremacy of God. He is the ultimate, He is the supreme. He is the ultimate, He is supreme. When you bring the supremacy of God, there is the ultimate reality into which all this, everything what exists comes within that. And you are loving it. That love makes you, gives you instant Purnatva. You become Purna. You have Sarvasva. You are nothing, everything, whatever you want. The whole universe is there. What more? Beyond universe is God. Only two things are there. Everything is there in Him. He is my Sarvasva. If I have Him, I have everything. If I don't have it, I don't have anything. If I have God, I have everything. If I don't have God, everything is there, I have nothing. This kind of. In this state of existence, pure, the real love in which you dissolve yourself, you lose your identity, you lose your personality, you lose your individuality, you lose your existence entirely. You are no more there. Only one reality exists. This love spontaneously comes and makes you dissolve. If these three things are there, one is absolute trust, total unconditional acceptance, forever. Acceptance is acceptance, once for all. Today I have totally accepted and tomorrow totally given. No, that acceptance is final and lasting, that kind of acceptance and supremacy of God. Whatever aspect of God you worship, love, or be dedicated to, or be devoted to, you must have that awareness that is the supreme. We call in Hinduism that ultimate supreme reality we call as Brahman. With Brahman as the background, you love everything. You participate in everything. Otherwise, everything is just a passing show. It is there now, it is not there in the next moment. Life comes and goes. We come and go. Everything is passing. It's in this avibhaktam vibhakteshu. Many things are split, where multifarious world we are seeing. In that one is sustaining all this pervading. So that one, in constantly changing time, there is eternity pervading it. So that eternity you have to aim at. Unchanging reality, this is all changing. So that background in the, whatever you call it God, do upasana or worship or contemplation or meditation or japa, that Om is behind everything. In every japa, Om, after that Hrim, Krim and all the other aspects of existence come into picture. But Om is there. To anything you put Om behind, it is remove the Nama Rupa of that. If Nama Rupa are removed, only three things are there. Nama Rupa Karma. Nama Rupa Karma, if you remove, it is Brahman. absolute. You wake up from this. So behind everything there is Om, Om, Om. Om Ramaya Namah, Om Krishnaya Namah, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namah Shivaya. With Om as background, I am seeing the wave. With ocean as the background, I am seeing the wave. Otherwise, wave doesn't have a meaning without a ocean. I went to Udupi seashore. While coming back, so many waves were there. I brought one wave. I kept there. It is no more wave. It is water only in your pot. That cannot be a wave. Wave means it must be. Ocean must be there behind. So, whenever any aspect of God you think comes to your mind, there must be that awareness. So, in dedication, there is, your life remains as you are. A part, something is given, dedicated, and you are not responsible for it or anything. In devotion, you take the responsibility, participate, and move like a shadow with it. There is commitment, there is loyalty, you are loyal. Loyalty is there, your duties are there. All paraphernalia which you have put on yourself, voluntarily accepted. Rules and regulation. Here in love there is no rules and regulation. No limitations of any type. Here there is limitation for everything. You should do this, you should not do this. Because you are devoted. In love there is no limitation. Love of God, there is no limitation. You can't limit yourself, you can't limit God. You cannot tell, I will do this one only, I will not this, I will do only coffee, I will not prepare tea for you. You cannot say. Whatever. And then this love slowly starts melting you away. The love makes you slowly dissolve. There it is dedicated. You see, Hanuman is an important example of Bhakta. Bhakta Hanuman. Every moment he is consciously thinking of Rama, ready to do anything for Rama, just as if he is waiting for his orders. Just. And whatever his existence is only for Rama. If he scratches his body, it is for Rama. If he smiles, it is for Rama. If he weeps, it is for Rama. Except Rama, nothing is there in his. He is devoted to Rama because he keeps his identity as a devotee of Rama, waiting for his orders and accomplishing it. When he starts dissolving to become one, that devotion is becoming, bhakti is becoming prema, converting prema. Then Rama asks Hanuman, how do you look upon me? Deha buddhyatvo dasoham, jiva buddhya twadam shakaha, atma buddhyatva mevaham, iti me nischita matihi. My definite understanding through experience and realization is this, nischita matihi. Means a part of my realization is when I have deha buddhi, I am in a waking state with deha bhava. I am your dasa, I am your servant, and you are my master. In jiva buddhi, as transmigratory soul, independent of bodily existence, there I see jiva buddhya twadam shakaha. I am a part of yours, part and parcel, like tree and its leaf or branch. So this is, first is Dvaitik understanding I and you are different. I am part of you. You are whole and I am part. You are Purna, I am Amsha. I and you are different in Dvaita. You are Purna and I am part of your existence is Vishishta Dvaita. Jiva Bhava, when you come to Jiva Bhava, you will see your Amsha. And when you come to the Atma Bhava, I and you are one. Deha Buddhya tu dasoham, Jiva Buddhya twadam shakaha, Atma Buddhya tvamevaham. In Atma Buddhi, when I lose all external consciousness, and I am in Atma Buddhi, I and you are one. There is no difference at all. This is love. That is bhakti. That is why Vishishtadvaita also comes in bhakti schools of Hinduism. It doesn't come in though it is called Vishishtadvaita. Vishishtadvaita. Still it is Vishishta Advaita. So that comes under you see, because devotion is there. Devotion part. Devotion, when it matures, immediately there is dissolution is there. You are no more. You are the salt doll, jumped into ocean, never to be found again. Gaya, Gaya. So that is love and devotion clear to great extent. Now you have to contemplate on what it is and where you are. And whether at least have you come to the dedicated state. I am something for God also I am giving. A dedication, little time. All right. God now. That at least dedication is there. It will slowly grow into devotion and finally we have to reach that state of whatever path you go, it is immaterial. Reach the ultimate. We evolve, keep running because time is short. Life is momentary. Ayur nashyati pashyatam pratidinam yati kshayam yavvanam pratyayanti punargata divasaha kalo jagadbhakshakaha lakshmi toya taranga bhanga chapala vidyuchalam jivitam. Like lightning, the life goes off. Vidyuchalam jivitam tasman ma sharanagatam sharanada tom raksha rakshaduna. Aduna. Today, this very moment, you take me into your lap, give me that supreme realization. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.